Yeah, alright guys, another video of the cost breakdown. This is week 2, where we have a look and see how much money I spent. It's all gone! So this wasn't a particularly cheap one, even though it was in the UK. So I went to Portsmouth, which is quite far from where I am. So here's a lovely map of the United Kingdom. Newcastle's like there, and Portsmouth's like not there. It's like pretty damn far. I didn't even go from Newcastle to Portsmouth because like the drive all the way by itself is a good like 6 or 7 hours. I don't have a car. So what I had to do was rent a car with Jake, but he lives like in Yorkshire, quite close to Sheffield, Barnsley somewhere, I don't even know. So what I had to do was get a train from Newcastle to Sheffield first on the Saturday night, and then sleep at Ahmed's house, which was about £44.95. Yeah, the trains in the UK aren't cheap. It's really annoying. Probably booked those in advance, but I wasn't sure what time I would be able to get there for because I was judging a LLDS on the Saturday, so I didn't want to book a time and then end up the LLDS being late or something, so I felt like this was the best option anyway. So when I got to Sheffield, we got up at about 5:30 in the morning to drive to Portsmouth. We rented a car. It was about £25 each for the three of us. Me, Ahmed and Jake drove down there. Jake driving us all down. Bless him. He's a babe. And then when we got there, I think it was about 3.5 hours. I think it took 4 because we stopped for breakfast, which wasn't really that bad. It was still a bit grim. And then the petrol overall there and back costs about £35 each. So like overall for a UK regional, it wasn't amazing. I would personally like avoid spending that much for a UK regional, especially since this one was like 81 players and it was, I wouldn't say only 11 points because it wasn't that bad because I managed to get 10. So I'm not so bothered, but if I scrubbed I would have been really butthurt. But like I think that's just the risk you have to take when you spend that much to go to a UK regional, considering they can be quite small and you have to end on an X1 record at the very least to get a sufficient amount of points. So if you add the total together, that comes to the weekend costing £104.95. That was like renting a car. Like you might not have to rent a car if you own a car yourself. Petrol divided by 3 people could have been cheaper if I had 4 people. You know who you are, Luke. But if you have to travel by train like I do a lot, if you're from like an area which is like easy to access a lot of regionals, I would definitely recommend getting a rail card because like rail cards are just broken, and if you don't have a rail card, what are you doing? The total so far after those 2 regionals, the German Open was around £146.62, and plus this one was £104.95. So far on this World's Race, I've spent a lovely £251.57 on travel and stuff. After 2 weeks, that seems a bit grim, but bear in mind, Portsmouth was the only one on that weekend, and I really wanted to go and just not go a weekend without going to an event. I just really wanted to play, and plus week 1 was an expensive one as well because it was in Germany, and ideally the more UK ones we'll go to, hopefully the cost won't cost that much. And bear in mind as well, I am from Newcastle and it is an absolute nightmare to get to places. And that's post week 2 cost breakdown. So far I've spent too much on this game. If you have any way of like spending money on the trains, which is something that I find particularly expensive, then please let me know because that would save me a bundle in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Cheers!